All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network. Warriors put it together tonight with a big victory, 120-97 over the Atlanta Hawks, and they look good. And we're going to break it all down right now. We'll have Ryan joining us as well. All right, before we get started, let's thank our sponsor, Chapman Law Group. We want to thank Chapman Law Group for sponsoring NorCal Sports Network. Check out Chapman Law Group. They are in Marin. Check them out in the description of this video. And there is their phone number, 415-613-9483. Let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. Really appreciate that. And Lou, what a game tonight, huh? I mean, they looked really, really good and looked pretty right from the get-go. You know, my concern was that they might give up the lead in the second quarter, but they really didn't. I mean, they let it get to within, what, 12, 11, 12?
11. I think it went down to 11, but then we won a 6-0 run late in the third, early fourth. But, Dan, I got to ask you a question. Are you aware that Atlanta just won at Sacramento? They blew out Boston by 30. They almost beat Boston at Boston. They lost on a fluke shot at the end. This team tonight, they are like Jekyll and Hyde. I was expecting more of a slower game, but, you know, they live and die by the outside shot. But let me tell you, tonight, it was all about one player for the Warriors, Wiggins. And you predicted Wiggins, with his problems from last year, mentally and physically. Let me tell you something. If the Warriors want to trade and get somebody good, don't worry about Kuminga. Wiggins is a bigger piece right now. Well, he is playing out of his mind. He's playing so smart. His shots are all smooth, you know, except for Steph. And we talk about, you know, who's been playing good. When Wiggins is out there, I mean, he's got to be plus 15 to 20, like Steph.
He was plus 27. He was plus 27.
Pretty harsh on the Warriors.
Plus 27 tonight, but so was Steph, and Draymond was plus 29. But you're right about Wiggins, Lou. I said right from the beginning of the season, I expected big things out of Wiggins. I thought he was the X factor. There's a lot of X factors on this team. I mean, as goes Draymond, there go the Warriors. You could, I mean, obviously Steph.
I wanted to bring that up because, you know, the chat was sort of giving you a bad time the last couple nights because you probably make 50 predictions, and if you go 48-2, they're more negative than I am. So when
were they on me? Were they on me last night
about something with the free agents and with the Niners? You're too much of a homer, and I'm only allowed to call you that. God damn it! But you were right about Wiggins saying, "Hey, we need the old Wiggins, the playoff Wiggins." You said it from the start. You said it before the season started, and he has gone beyond expectations. So I wanted to bring that up before we go to the flow.
Yeah, well, thanks. Appreciate that.
No problem.
We got George, the member. Is this George Curry or has George got a separate account? We had so many Georges last night in our I'm not sure if this is George Curry. You're right, George. This team's no joke. Yes, today, 42 anniversary of the Cal play. Joe Starkey. Yep. What a play. You know what? We might just have to play that tonight, just for old time's sake.
Probably the greatest call of college. And probably one of his, probably 2 or 3, because he did some great Warrior calls too. I mean, Niner calls, excuse me.
Niners, yeah. Do you remember him with the California Golden Seals? Does anybody go back that far? Yeah.
I was a hockey fan back then. Yeah, the
California
Seals.
Golden Steels.
I had the Spiders, the Shamrocks. People forget there was, semi-pro hockey here at the Cow Palace.
Yes, the Cow Palace.
But I'll say one thing about the big game this weekend, Dan. We are getting torrential storms in the Bay Area for the next 4 or 5 days. I don't know if you're affected down there, but it's pretty bad.
No, we haven't been yet. Where's the game at? Is it at Cal or Stanford this year?
At Cal. I think
that's good.
11.5.
That's good because Cal's got the artificial turf, so shouldn't.
It's windy,
matter.
It's raining, it's flooding all over. I mean, Ryan's probably gonna have a tough time driving home. Around the Marin area, it's that bad, flooding.
Oh, I was talking to him on the phone earlier today, and he was like, he's like, man, I'm walking the dogs and it's pouring. Yeah. And he even said his pants were drenched. He was just soaking. So, let me check my text message on. Oh, okay.
There was only one negative part of the whole game tonight. And I don't know what he's doing, but I don't know why GP2 is not getting any time. You have a starter out and he only played 6 minutes tonight. I didn't see him get injured. He was effective. He was 3 for 4 and he played 6 minutes.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me pull up the box
I think sometimes when you have 12 players, sometimes you might forget, what's the name? Maybe hasn't gotten in. Maybe that's it, but 6 minutes is sort of ridiculous.
Yeah. Pods made his only 3-point shot tonight, which was kind of nice to see. Moody 0 for 3 from 3-point range. Steph was 4 for 6. You know what I got to say about Steph? And I want to put this out there. Guys, if you checked out by the way, if you're a member, we've got a couple of special member-only videos in the membership. I did check it out, member-only videos. I did one for my MVP race today. So threw out that to the members. Tell us what you think. Comment in there. I just want to say this about Steph because there's a lot of people that talk about Steph's age. He's 36, going to be 37, right? When does he turn 37? I think he turns 37. Isn't his birthday during the season?
Yeah, it's usually, I think, right in February, isn't it?
I think it's February, yeah. I'm just going to pull him up right here. Steph Curry, his come on, give me – no, come on, give me – there we go. Basketball reference I want. There we go. Steph Curry is age he's 36, and he turns 37 in March. Yeah. Guys, let me say this about Steph. He's 36, going to be 37 as they enter the playoffs. I don't know how to say it. He's got a lot of mileage on him, but he's got a young body. He's a late bloomer, guys. Steph, you remember how tiny he was when he was in the league? That's because he looked like he was 12.
Yeah, that's when he hurt his ankles. You remember,
right.
I think the first 3 years he hurt ankles, and then
the
Warriors signed him 3 years for $30 million, $10 million a year. That's what he made for 3 years.
And nobody trains as hard as Steph. Nobody puts in the work. When Anthony Edwards came out to kind of work out for the Warriors the year they picked Wiseman, he learned when he watched Steph, he was out of shape. He could not keep up with Steph in workouts. He couldn't keep up with Steph in many things. And he realized he had to go work much harder. Steph is I would venture to say that there's probably nobody in the game that's in better shape physically. I mean, who runs around more than Steph?
No, he reminds me of how Jerry Rice was.
Yeah, Jerry Rice was a freak.
He was so good, and he tried to get better. And I think the one thing about Steph this year, he's not doing too much. He's making sure other guys are involved. and he's playing the game so smart. He's like a detective out there. He'll shoot it if he has to, but he also knows, all right, I got a small guard, one pump fake, I can get somebody else an easy layup. It's pretty incredible out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me hold on one sec here.
I mean, look at tonight. He let Wiggins shoot 17 shots. He only took 10. He doesn't need, when they're up 30, you don't need to go crazy.
Yeah, let me see how many minutes. You know what? Let's just pull up the Bucks score here, and we'll take a look at the ball game. Warriors end up with their 120, exactly where I projected them to be. Let me blow this up for you guys here. All right. Steph played a total of 30 minutes tonight. Probably didn't even need to play that. Probably could have got away with 27, 28. When is the Warriors' next game? Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Let me look. Are they playing Friday against NBA here? Hold on. Schedule.
Was it New Orleans, I believe?
Pelicans, yeah. Oh, in New Orleans. Cup play. Wow.
Yeah, whatever that thing is. What a joke.
Yeah. Who cares about
But still, it's on the road.
Yeah.
And
hold on.
Yeah, and I'm just looking right now. No Ingram, no McClellan, no Murray. I mean, they're really down. Warriors got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, tonight they played only 10% of their entire salary cap.
Well,
who played 10%? New Orleans?
Yeah, they only played 10% of their entire salary cap tonight.
Well, are they all injured or what's going on?
Yeah, basically everyone's hurt, and then a couple of people just didn't play. But yeah.
Interesting.
I just noticed that, I keep forgetting the Lakers are 10-4. They're only a half game behind us.
The Lakers have been really good this season. JJ Redick has had
Phoenix,
that team.
by the way, Phoenix, I tell you, without KD and without what's name, they're average at best. They start off 8-1. They're 9-6. They're getting they got blown out tonight by the Knicks. I mean, what a horrible franchise they are, Phoenix.
You know what we can do is pull up the once it opens up. Why does my computer do this at times? I hate that when I open up a new tab and then I click on it and it just keeps putting it up in the tabs and it won't actually open up. Yeah, here we go again. Sure. Oh, there we go. I just got to click on it. Da-da. All right. NBA standings. Come on. Oh, my computer's screwing up. I'm hitting standings and it's just going.
By the way, Dan, for you tonight, 12 for 18 on free throws. Good sign.
Yeah, a little
Good
better.
Sign.
It's still what is that's not even 75%.
It's 66.6666669%.
Yeah, the beast. The beast. So well, you guys are dark. You guys get a little light.
I know I need to get some better lighting. But yeah, I thought
outside.
I think for me, the main takeaway from the game, because I know I hopped in here late. The main takeaway for me from the game was definitely, Wiggins. And I like how Steph in a lot of these games, his shot selection is, he doesn't take that many shots, and he really tries to pick and choose when he knows that it's not a game where he needs to go off, and it's a game where he can kind of just sit back and kind of pick and choose where he wants to get his points. And I think it's been pretty good to get the, got other guys' confidence. And I really think it's helped this season, especially with having so many guys who can play when your superstars not, forcing shots. And
so who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT of all time, Ryan?
Yeah, I have LeBron as the GOAT, but we're talking about the Warriors.
Robert's commenting. Got to put my members out there. Got to get their comments out. Who else's members have I missed? I think. What do we got?
Who's the GOAT in football? Do you think Tom Brady's the GOAT, Ryan?
For me in football, I'd probably go with I'd go with Brady. He's got 7 rings.
Yeah, see? So you're 0 for 2 in 2 sports.
I mean, Lou, you have him number 5.
Tom Brady cannot hold Joe Montana's jock. Let's remember that.
I don't know about that, Lou.
He has almost double the Super Bowl wins, but all right. But anyways, let's get back to the Warriors game. But yeah,
how many losses did Joe have in the Super Bowl?
Joe only went to 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah, 4-0. Thank you.
Yeah, but Brady went to 9. He went to double the Super Bowls and almost twice as many.
Yeah, how many losses did he have? That's like LeBron. LeBron's been to the finals when the East was a joke. He didn't win them all.
He went to 10.
Brady went to 10. Do you remember what he did when he went to Miami? We're going to win 1. We're going to win 2. We're going to win 3. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Do you remember that?
Oh, man, that's funny.
It's all right, you young guys, you'll learn.
So the Warriors
encyclopedia
tonight, they put it on them early. They played great defense. Yep. They won the game really in, I think it was 15-14, and then all of a sudden it was like
17-0 run.
Yeah, it was just that was when they won the game. And I was texting with Ryan. My concern was, hey, second quarter, make sure you're up by 20. Well, they were up by 25 at halftime.
Yep.
It's, I don't care who you are in the league. If you're down 25 at half and you're on a road trip and you've been playing and you're kind of wiped out, the other team's fresh, you're not going to come back. I mean, it's the Warriors played a good defensive game tonight. Of course, the Hawks, their shots were off, but
guys, I want to beat Boston and 1 in Sacramento. That team's not much.
Yeah, I want to get into this. What are you guys thinking of? Warriors play Friday night in New Orleans. Is New Orleans going to have any of their guys back, Ryan? I don't know what their status is.
Not Zion, and I mean, obviously not DeJounte Murray. I think a lot of their guys just sat today because of a back-to-back. But it should, the Warriors should dominate. It should be another blowout.
Back-to-back. The NBA needs to try to eliminate the back-to-backs. Yeah, the back-to-backs, ridiculous.
And you shouldn't have this horrible tournament. Means nothing.
Yeah, they're trying to get these games in November to mean something because everybody doesn't pay attention. And they're, Tuesday and Friday nights? And so they're going to finish them up this next week, or the week of Thanksgiving, I guess. Is that when they finish them?
Yeah, but if you go Tuesday and Friday nights, then why do you play other games in between? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Warriors played tonight.
Yeah.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I know the NBA, it's all about the money, but.
Yeah, Lou, your camera is a little fuzzy. I wonder if it is your internet. Maybe Robert's saying your camera's a little fuzzy.
You think it's my background?
No, it's we could barely. You're kind of fuzzy. In fact, you look. See, I'm trying to see. Yeah, you're looking a little bit like.
My glasses?
Brady. Yeah, can't you look like Bum,
right. To get back to the
it's
Warriors.
Bum Phillips. There it is. It's Bum Phillips.
To get back to the Warriors,
where am I at?
I think Steve.
This
is a
Melton's
huge.
This is a big loss. Dan. Big loss for the Warriors. I did a little special on them today on the Warriors. Did that get put out today, Ryan? Who should start?
Yeah.
Okay. Melton, I thought would be out a couple months. I said maybe they get him back in January or February, but I knew that there was a possibility that he could have surgery because he was seeking a second opinion, and you don't seek a second opinion for something that. So this situation, where it hurts the Warriors is in the trade market. Not so much does it hurt them day to day, because other guys can step up and play, a few more minutes. That's all it is. I mean, guys were getting shorthanded on some of the minutes. So all as this does is give guys like Kuminga, it gives Moody, it gives Pods, it gives a chance for what's his name?
Kyle Slowpoke.
Well, all of them, but there's one I was thinking in particular, just Peyton,
Waters?
GP Peyton.
Yeah, okay.
Guys like that going to step up. I think Moody gets more minutes because he's got the same characteristics, I think, more of a Melton, size-wise, length, all of that. But where it could hurt the Warriors is if they want to go after, and this is what we want to talk about, I think the Warriors might, if Miami, you want Miami to start losing lots of games because you want Miami to look to a rebuild. The guy the Warriors really need is Bam Adebayo, because he is the guy that would, I think, make the difference for the Warriors in the middle. And I think you would have to, and you still might be able to trade Melton for a piece, guys, to make up for that depth. Ryan and I were talking about it earlier today.
Can you do that when it's only a 1-year contract and you're out for the season?
Yeah, you can. I think you can, because his rights, I think, can be traded. He can't be traded until after the 15th of December because he was a mid-level exception or whatever it was. But if he goes to Brooklyn, for example, like a Dennis Schroeder, who's on a 1-year or 2-year deal, they want to get rid of salary, and they also want to get rid of their good players. I don't know if the league would accept that trade, if they would step in for a guy that's out for the rest of the year. I don't know. What do you think, Ryan? Would they allow that, or would they need some kind of draft compensation as well?
Yeah, there's a lot of rules when it comes to trading injured players. So I'd have to look into what the newest rules are with the new CBA, because they have a whole new, or not the new CBA, but they changed a lot of stuff with the new. I think it is a new CBA, but basically they changed the, that's why there's really strict rules now with the cap and everything. So it's basically a hard cap. So
yeah, Stephen Ortega, it is a big loss. I agree. I said it wasn't as big of a loss in the area of the team. It hurts the team in the sense that it takes away from their depth, and it also takes away some of the skill level that Melton brings. But you can't count on Melton. He's a guy that's injury prone. He's always out. And before the knee, he was out, with the back. When he started struggling with the back, I thought to myself, this is going to be chronic all year long, because he was out last year with the back. Come on. Nothing against Melton, but he's got to be just one of those guys that's injured, and no fault to him, but so why I say it's not as big of a loss on the side with the Warriors have the players to step in his place. You want D'Anthony Melton playing because he's a very good player when he's on the court, but they have to step up. And, I don't know. I think Kuminga could get some of those minutes as well. Because
hey, Dan, one thing I did want to bring up about Kuminga, I know he's young, and sometimes I think he thinks he's better than he is, but I think he's showing great leadership with Melton down. He's not starting. Waters has been starting, and Kuminga could have said, bleep, what the hell? Why am I not starting? But he's taking his role, coming off the bench, being a huge spark, which shows me he's matured. And I think, it means a lot, because he could go in and say, like, what do I have to do? And pull what, and go crazy. And would it affect the Warriors? Right now, what he's seeing is, I'm part of the team, and winning is everything. And that's all that matters. So you got to give it to the guy a little bit.
I agree. Mark Graves says he wouldn't trade with Pat Riley. He usually gets the better of the deals. Yeah, but I think if you went to Miami, I think it would be Kuminga. I think it would be Looney. It would be Band's making 34. Trying to think of the other guys that could be in that deal. I was looking at it earlier, and I had to be Looney, Kuminga. Who else was in there? GP2. He makes about 9. And then one other guy, maybe it's Pods, but you're giving up a lot of your depth. I don't know. It's going to be really tough. What do you think, Ryan? Are you frozen? You're
Yes.
muted. Oh, you're muted.
I was muted on purpose, but no, I thought, I think for Bam, I would do the deal just because Bam actually can kind of shoot. Like, people underrate his shooting. I think he would play the role of Trace Jackson Davis, but on steroids. It's like he's basically like Looney on steroids. That's a better comparison. But my point is, you could start him with Draymond in there, but Bam can actually get a shot. He can't necessarily consistently hit threes like at the top of the key or on the corners, but he can hit he can hit the corners is what I meant to say. He can hit his corner threes. He can't always hit those top of the key threes, Bam. But Bam can hit the mid. He has a really good mid-range game, which I know, I'm sure you and Lou appreciate. And he doesn't make that much. Like, he's, from my mind, I thought he was a $50 million guy. But when I saw his salary, when I was thinking about it today, I was like, you know what? This is kind of a good price. I think it's because he signed his deal before these inflated contracts started happening. But anyways, for that, I think you make it happen. And I don't even think you have to give up Wiggins. Like you said, you can make it work without even giving up Wiggins. And for me, I'd give up Kuminga for Bam. If they want Kuminga, I'm okay with that. If they want Kuminga, Kuminga makes about $10 million. You give Kuminga, let's say you can't do Melton. You don't have to. You go Kuminga, Looney, right? That's about 20. Then you throw in, you'll probably have to throw in a Gary Payton, which is fine. You have Moody still. You throw in Gary Payton, and then they'll, probably going to get rid of Pods. But I'm okay with getting rid of Pods and Kuminga for Bam. Bam is an all-star,
He's a winner.
He's a real player. He's a winner. Yeah, and he's been in the
Warriors
finals
over the
twice.
top, especially during the playoffs.
I think we're the favorite. With Bam, we're the favorites, in my opinion. And losing Pods and Kuminga, it's a bummer, but we have enough depth. Maybe, and I think you could keep one of them. But if they don't want to pick and they want Pods or Kuminga, because I know that's what was keeping up some of these deals in the offseason, then that's fine. I'm not cool with giving them Pods, Kuminga, and a bunch of picks. I'm just saying, let's say Miami hypothetically wanted both. Make it happen, because Bam's he's a borderline Hall of Fame player. He's a really good player.
Yeah, and he protects the rim.
Right. And that makes our defense even scarier. And I don't think, as long as you're not giving up to, if I think what people will be, they'll say it's
good point, Bill.
Yeah, and I think Bill makes a good point. I think people might say it's too much with Pods and Kuminga, but the thing is, they're either going to want 2 young stars and some, compensation to just match the salaries, or they're going to want a bunch of picks. And I'm saying for Bam, I don't care. Whatever they like, either or. Obviously, don't give them the kitchen sink. I'm not saying give them Kuminga, Pods, and our 3 or 4. I think we have 3 or 4. I know it's 3. It might be 4. I'd give
them Kuminga, Pods, Looney, and
but it depends on what they want. They might want picks.
Yeah, I don't know if they want Looney. I think it might cost us Kuminga, Moody, and a draft pick.
See, that's where it gets a little.
Sign that extension.
They want
you guys
Moody.
want to get rid of Looney. Well, I think Looney's a spark.
Yeah, well, you don't need Looney if you have Bam, because he's like Looney on steroids. He's gonna get you 10 boards a game.
And Pod, I've been telling you, Pod doesn't impress me. He's out there.
I'm ready to move off Pod.
I didn't know it was him.
I think a lot of us are starting to feel like Pods.
I like Kuminga more. I've always have, but a lot of people were really, really high on Pods, and I'd prefer if it were Kuminga or Pods. I'm ready to get rid of Pods.
Hey, if you get if you can get Bam, that puts them. I think that vaults them to the favorites in the West for sure, and it could be a good matchup. It helped
especially
with the
with
matchup
the
against
injury.
Yep, and it would help with the matchup even if they face Boston or Cleveland. And the other guy I want
Jokic, because Jokic.
The other guy I want.
The Knicks, they all have that big guy.
Go get Robert Williams
and the Lakers
from the Trailblazers too. Go get Williams. They need some big bodies.
Williams scares me. He's an injury. He's like a Melton. He's like a Melton. He's always hurt. Hey,
Dan, one of these shows, what you should do is they have that thing, the trade simulator, where you can actually find out. You know how they have that in the NBA? They do it on the show.
I put them in there. This year it's really funky because of this new CBA thing. It's not letting you put things in that guys aren't eligible until December. Like Bam can't even be traded before December. I think it's the 26th or something like that.
Basically can't do anything until December. That's how the new is set up now.
Yeah, it's the 26th for Bam, I think.
For most players. But, did you talk about Schroeder yet before I got on here?
Yeah. We talked a little bit about Schroeder. That would be a good deal.
So if you don't want to go for a big move, a little move on the margin, because I know we got a little more people in here now. I'd be interested in someone from the Nets, whether that's a Schroeder, a Finney-Smith. They also have.
I want Schroeder.
I wouldn't want Claxton for much. I'd give not much for Claxton, but I would.
Too skinny for me. He's too skinny.
He's tall though. He's tall.
Yeah,
we can always use another tall guy. I'd be ready to get off of. If you can trade Melton for Claxton straight up, which is what I know our guy Athletic Alchemy. He had mentioned that he wasn't sure either. We're gonna have to look into that. But if that's a possibility, I'm cool with that.
How about someone from Philly since their season looked like tonight?
Well, Paul George is done.
Paul George got injured.
He got injured
and two of them got injured. So what about does Philly have anyone maybe we want?
Give me Maxey.
That's what we got to start doing.
They're not giving us. I want Tyrese Maxey, but they're not going to give us Tyrese Maxey. So,
dude, when I say things a lot on this, and then you guys repeat exactly. Do you guys hear me when I say it? Does it not come through, or are you guys? Because I just said
Maxey. I didn't hear you say that.
Did you hear me say Maxey, Ryan?
Is that what you said, Maxey?
Yeah, I did too. I heard that, but that's who I want too. So
I know, but no, I'm just making sure we're not delayed. Like when I speak.
We weren't delayed.
No, I can hear you fine. I'm sorry.
Maxey.
He's a stud.
Right. Did you hear that, Lou?
I heard you now, yeah. I heard you.
Okay. The thing with Schroeder I like is he's a scorer. He really looked good in Germany, like he's really putting it together in the Olympics. Also, the Nets want to tank for Cooper Flag. They want to be in the lotto stakes for Cooper Flag. Now, I don't know how the CBA works with Melton. You could trade him straight up. The salaries match. Schroeder has a second-year deal. They want to get rid of the salary. You can get rid of Melton, who's on a one-year deal, and they can just cut. Teams do that all the time. They take guys and then they cut them, right? And under the old plan CBA, they would trade for a guy and then they just release him because they didn't want the salary or whatever. They just traded him to get him off the books. Can you do that? I don't know with an injury, though. Does anybody know? I think you can.
I need to look at all the new rules. They all changed last year.
Wasn't Chris Paul instrumental in making a lot of these rule changes a couple years ago? And it was to hurt teams like the Warriors.
Chris Paul?
Wasn't he on the committee?
No, that wasn't a player thing. No, the players didn't want this. This was a team thing. The players didn't want this because it's bad for the players because it squeezes the players to contracts. You can't give all these big contracts anymore.
Well, wasn't this deal done?
This was a team thing. Yes, this was the players.
Well, wasn't this deal done a couple years ago to go into effect this year?
Yeah, but it had nothing to do with Chris Paul. It was the team.
No, I said Chris Paul was on the player. He wanted to hurt the teams like the Warriors because
that's not right.
You sure?
100%.
Anybody in the chat?
The players were totally against this. You can look it up. The players were totally against it because it squeezes players out of contracts. You can't give these crazy contracts like you used to.
You know what, Mike?
Because it's like a hard cap. It's basically hard caps a team because if you go over the luxury tax now, if you're a second apron team or if you're a multiple violator, if you violated the collective, the bargaining agreement, whatever they call it, essentially what happens now is you lose draft picks. You can't make trades. You can't get the middle salaries, what we got Melton on, all that stuff.
Hey, I'm going to get out of here real quick and reboot. Okay, I'll be back. My computer's messing up.
Ryan, I think he's having problems, and I had problems last night because of this new system with the recording thing. I have it again.
Weird. Well, anyway, I think that
uploading thing, so it says stay in studio. It shakes. I don't know. I realized that last night where, we were sort of losing. I think it goes back to that. I don't even know how we get rid of it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know. The game tonight was sort of boring. It's sort of weird when they play the East, except for Cleveland. The Warriors just sort of dominate the East. I don't know if the East, if they're that bad. I mean, I told Dan, how did this team beat the Celtics by 30, go to Boston, only lose by 2 where they led the whole game, and then they go to Sacramento and they went wire to wire against them? They didn't impress me tonight, Atlanta. I mean, did they impress you?
No, they're not a good team.
No. But, that's the NBA team, too. They are professionals, and any given night somebody can win.
I think with the Warriors schedule right now, I think they should win the next 3 here. And if they don't, be a little worried. I think if they lose to the Spurs, that's okay. But they definitely need to, beat the Pelicans, like them to beat the Nets. And, I think they have a pretty tough schedule. Basically, after that, it goes.
Yeah, they have that big three in a row again.
Right. It goes Thunder, Suns, Nuggets. And then Rockets are no joke. And then, so this is where it gets a little crazier, though, Lou. So after the Rockets, listen. So it goes Thunder, Thunder, Suns.
Here, let me take
Nuggets.
a look. Hold on. Let me get the schedule. All right. So I'm on it. Go ahead.
It goes Thunder, Suns, Nuggets, Rockets, Timberwolves twice in a row, then the Grizzlies, then the T-Wolves again, then the Pacers, who are no joke. Like they're not great, but they're not a joke. And then the Lakers.
And then Christmas.
And then guess what? Our arch nemesis, the Clippers, who beat us twice. They have a 66% of our losses they account for. Then it goes the Suns. Then listen, the Cavaliers. And then it's the Sixers at the New Year. So basically until New Year's, after the next 3 games, every single game is against a good team.
Yeah, except Phoenix. Phoenix with their 2 guys out.
Yeah, but they're still not they're not a bad team. Not like the next. Yeah, they're not.
Like I said tonight,
how tough our
Denver's back, and they got 1 guy back of their studs, and they got 1 more. And then Houston, they're young, and then Minnesota is going to be a war, and then Memphis will be healthy. And I see what you're saying. Till New Year's, it's going to be tough. They only probably
it's going to. So I think we got to win the next. My point with that is we got to win the next 3, in my opinion, because the New Year's we might go 500 in that stretch. which would be fine. I mean, it's a pretty tough lineup of teams.
Yeah,
So I
Dan,
think
we
the
were
next
just talking
few
about the
games-
schedule until New Year's. You know, we sort of have
Yeah,
three good
basically-
games, and then it gets a little tough.
Yeah, it gets pretty tough after the next 3 games. So we were just saying that, kind of a not must win because it's so early in the season, but it's pretty important for the Warriors kind of here to clear a slate and to win the next 3 in a row. Otherwise, they're going to have, you're going to have a rough schedule. They could go 500 or about that in the next 10 they have after that. It's pretty rough, 10 to 15 games.
Right.
And they have 11 days off, but isn't that because of the tournament? So if they make the tournament, they got to go to Vegas that whole week. Isn't that why they have an 11-day? There's an 11-day break.
Yeah, it's not 11. It's not actually an 11-day break, Lou. Basically, even if you miss the tournament, they just schedule you in games. The games just haven't been scheduled yet. It's all based upon who makes the tournament.
All right.
So it's like whatever teams make it, they'll have a certain schedule, and then whatever teams don't make it, they'll have a certain schedule. So we won't know until we see. But yeah, I think that's basically it for the night. If you guys got anything else, I think that's
it.
It was kind of a blowout, so not too much to talk about tonight.
And Dan, can you put that back up about what Chris Paul's position was again? I'm sorry.
Hold on. I'm looking up something as well, and
I
I'll put that
apologize.
back up. That was this one.
So he was union president. Okay.
Let me see. Trying to.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay, wait a minute. This might tell me something. Let's see what this is. I haven't read it yet, so we're going to take a risk that it might not apply. But rather than read it, can you kill that chat there, Ryan?
Yeah.
Take this one down and put this up. I just remember Chris Paul coming up. All right. How Chris Paul, NBA, this was back in 19. So this doesn't have anything to do with this current one, does it? Or when did this one get negotiated? I know it was a few years ago, right? Is anybody paying attention? I'm asking questions.
Yeah, I don't know when this whole
I'm asking Ryan. But Ryan, what are you doing, Ryan? I can't see you because I'm reading the article.
Yeah, I was doing something. What'd you ask?
I'm trying to ask you when the rules were changed when this contract was negotiated.
I don't know. We can look at this after. If you want to, let's just.
And it went into effect in 2017.
Well, that was the old one, I guess. So yeah, this must not be it. Anyway, we'll look at it. Yeah, only 4 teams over 500 in the East. It's a weak conference. It'll be interesting to see how trades affect, with all those teams being so crappy in the Eastern Conference. Why don't we take a quick peek at the standings before we get out of here, and then we'll just call it a night. But here's the standings for the NBA after tonight. The Cavs, 16-1. They won again tonight. They're 3 games up on the Celtics. They play the Celtics, I believe, next week. I think it might be a cup game on Tuesday in Cleveland.
Yeah, they played. I mean, the game the other night was
incredible. No, that was a cup game the other night. I think they play next week in a non-cup game. Yeah. Look at the 4 teams over. That's it. Cavs, Celtics.
They play again next week. The Celtics and the Cavs.
Magic.
Yeah, but Orlando's missing their best player, so you got to give them a break.
Yeah. And then you've got. You're going to have teams that are way under 500, it looks like, competing for the play-ins. That's crazy.
There's my Philly not making the playoffs. Plus
yeah, I mean that's not that unusual for the East. I think what's more unusual is all the teams in the playoffs that are under 500. The East
Yeah.
a couple of years has had teams under 500 in the play-in, but if you check out how many, I mean, like Mark said, there's only a few teams in the East that are even over 500. So
Four.
that's
Four.
That's the more embarrassing thing. Whereas if you see in the play-in, you got to be a game over 500 to even be in the play-in in the West.
Yeah. Interestingly, the Warriors are averaging 119.6 a game. Do you guys remember what I said they were going to be? I said they're going to average about 120.
Right.
And
I
look
do.
at that. They're right there.
Your magic number is 33 for you guys.
Oh, there we go. Did we bet double or nothing on something the other night, Lou? I couldn't remember.
No.
Oh, we didn't?
No,
Okay.
no. We bet you have the Niners winning 10 games. I said they wouldn't.
Did I take that bet for the extra 44? Did I do
You
that?
were the one that made it. You insisted on it. You can even take a look on the video.
I did not take that bet. I don't think we
It was
agreed
on a
to it.
live stream, Dan. You're
jeez.
you're on the Niner Kool-Aid like usual.
No, I was just I'm trying to help Lou out so he doesn't have to pay so much out.
What do you mean? He's gonna break even because you're gonna lose on the Niners.
That's
and
what
then
I
he's gonna win
said.
on the
That's what I said. I'm trying to help him out so he doesn't have to pay me.
Oh.
Because I owe him, man. He contributes to this show, and I don't, he doesn't get paid. Bill keeps it going. Welcome. Thank you, Bill.
Welcome.
Appreciate it, Bill.
As
As always, wish we had more to talk about
remember.
tonight, Bill. Well,
Yeah,
we got some. Yeah, we've been having some Warrior videos out though, Bill. I wish, like I said, I wish we had a little bit more of an interesting game. We could have a little bit.
And
more
guys,
fun
we got to get.
post-game.
First of all, I love the giveaways last night. How about a Warrior giveaway?
Yeah, no. So at basically at 3,500, which we can we'll do a little sub check before we head out here. We will be giving away some Warriors merchandise. We haven't decided what yet because Dan will need to decide what's in the budget, but it'll be something, either a hat, a jersey, something good.
Black Friday.
We got some more things in the works.
We
Black
have
Friday.
I'm not going to announce it because it's not a done deal yet. I don't even know what the odds are, but we could have a major situation coming. I don't know. I'm not even going to touch it. It would come to fruition this weekend if we can get it done, but we'll see. How come I can't get to the channel with the subs? Where are we at subs, Ryan? You got the live count. I can't see it tonight. 3,015.
400. We have about 484 to go, and then we will be doing a.
Where are we at? 3,016.
Yep.
There we go.
3,000.
Hey, yesterday we were at 3,006, I think, while we were live. So 10 more today. You know what? That's a happening, guys. Way to go. Way to go. Thanks, everybody. We really do appreciate you being part of NorCal Sports Network. We've got a show planned tomorrow night. My light was left on here, and I didn't even put it back on me. There we go. How's that? A little more light. Tomorrow night,
now.
8:00, we've got a little Giants baseball tomorrow night, guys, and we're going to talk about Giants Dodgers. Why is the chasm getting wider? What is happening? Why have the Giants, from just 10 short years ago, winning their third world championship, better than the Dodgers? The Dodgers, we were here. The Giants Dodgers were right here. And then it went like this. And then it's just been going like this. And it's getting so wide, you're going to be able to drive a truck through it soon. A stinking.
Can't wait to talk about it. Two main factors. That's the tease.
So we will talk about that tomorrow night, 8:00, guys. Don't forget to be here. Check out some of our videos. We've got a video coming out tomorrow A couple of them. Look for them. Got one coming out on little tease here. Who the Dodgers we think may sign, and you know what? It's a haul. So look for that video. Yeah, we're not in the same universe. Exactly, Mark. Oop, wrong one. Looking forward to the live tomorrow.
Should be a good live.
Be a good live tomorrow. Tell everybody about it. Get you Giants and Dodger fans here tomorrow night, and we will discuss it. Thank you again. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button there as it scrolls along the bottom.
Appreciate you as always, Bill. Make sure to check out some Warriors videos we'll have out tomorrow. And because I know you're not as big as a baseball guy, but we will be live tomorrow if you want to join. A little bit more of an active chat on the baseball ones. We're trying to join we're trying to grow the basketball chat here in our basketball community because Dan last year, this is your first year doing the Warriors post games right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll get it going though, Bill, and we always appreciate you, man. You really help out a lot here.
What do you feel like having for a snack tonight, Lou?
You know, even in the rain, I always like a little late night. Tonight would have been like a nice strawberry yogurt, and I would have piled a whole bunch of stuff on.
There you go.
Nothing's better than, I wish they deliver. I wonder if they do, especially in a rainy day like this. Can Yogurtshack, can I somehow get it delivered? That would be perfect in these storms.
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't think so, but Yogurtshack, it's a good day for yogurt any day, especially after a Warriors victory. You know what? I can tell you this, the Lafayette store, there's been a few Warriors to visit Yogurtshack. One named well, I won't say his name, but he's got a little gray in his beard right now. How's that? He's been
Does
there.
he have his own podcast?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. That helps me out for the tease. So people on the chat could guess who it is.
Yeah, he has been to the Yogurtshack in Lafayette. I believe Steph may have gone in there too.
Look how good that looks. That yogurt with the strawberry there.
Yeah.
Has no chance.
Just so you know where they're at, they're right there in Lafayette, right off the 24 freeway, downtown Danville. Keep going on the 24, take 680 like you're going to San Jose. I can't remember what exit it is, but right there in Danville, downtown, beautiful place. Check it out. Guys, thanks again for being part of NorCal Sports Network. We really do appreciate you guys. I'm going to get my music here going. Get the band.
Then, Dan, one thing, chat, with the first big winter storm, everyone be careful on the road, please. We need you back.
Yes. Yep. Watch your driving. Be careful out there. And we need a couple more in the budget. We need to get Ryan a light. So he's here. I can put light on you. Okay. All right, guys. Really do appreciate you guys here at NorCal Sports Network. Again, check out the videos coming out tomorrow. They're coming out every day, guys, so be checking them. Make sure you comment and like on our videos, too. It really helps the algorithms for the channel. Tell everybody about NorCal Sports Network. And thanks to Lou. Thanks to Ryan. Guys, have a great Thursday tomorrow. And we will see you live here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pacific
video coming
time.
Out at 10 a.m. as well. Check out our video coming out at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
10 a.m. tomorrow, video coming out. There you go. All right. Take care, everybody.